Hey everyone, my name is Bobby Ridge, and I'm a life extensionist. And I want to talk about this podcast I went on. I just called in, right? It's called Truth Wanted, and it's the main atheist guy. He calls himself Objectively Dan, and he's talking with someone named Rebecca Fox, and so they live stream every Friday, Central Time. Ah, did I get this? I didn't write down the specific time. Gosh darn it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what the specific time that they take in callers. So you can give them a call. Definitely subscribe to their channel. They're really great. Dan's really great, and I'm sure I'll put his number that you can call and yeah, like on the screen. But I want to review this video I did. Like, when did I do this? So it was posted 7 months ago. So I presume it was like around 7 months ago. And I want to review it just because it's first off, it's really easy to do, and but also I made a few mistakes in the video. Like I said, a few things that were kind of a mistake. So I just want to clear that up. And I was also really nervous for some reason when I was on the call. I remember, I think it was because I had to go pee or something like that. But something was like making me kind of nervous when I was talking. So it was really tough to like think clearly. I don't know why. That was really odd. Usually I'm not nervous in like those kind of situations, but all right, yeah, let's review it. This is my first time like reviewing something like this, so I think I can just move this. So I actually set up a Twitch account, and so I'm on Streamlabs right now, and I've been kind of playing around with this. So I guess you can like move this box, right? So you can make more room, and then so how am I gonna do this? So here's the channel, Truth Wanted. Definitely subscribe. Bobby from Cali. Yeah, bro. California. Cali, baby.
The way my team was working was
All right. Well, I might have to take this out. My audio might not be too good now. Let's see if I can. Sorry. See, I'm still like kind of fixing everything up, but whatever.
wasn't working. Now we use Monday.com to manage all our team's work, and it's a game changer. We can plan and track our projects and work
on there at the corner. Next, I want to get to Bobby. Bobby in California, you are live on Truth Wanted. What's going on?
Hey man, you guys can hear me good?
I can. There's a little bit of background noise, but I can hear you otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, I'm walking to a quiet area. I'll be there in like 10 seconds.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
I wanted to discuss a little bit about life extension research. I was wondering if either of you have heard about it yet.
So I guess I'll start first. So then I want to hear Rebecca. So I know about how they take certain jellyfishes and that kind of seem to live kind of forever. They kind of like rebirth themselves and stuff. Yeah, and they kind of are looking into that to see what the applications are for humans. And obviously.
Okay, well, hopefully you can hear the audio really well. I'm pretty sure you can't because it shows right here. This is desk audio. God. Technical difficulties are so.
The trying to lengthen the length of our telomeres because our telomeres get shorter over time, and so I know there's kind of research into that. I think that's pretty much the extension of my knowledge.
Dan's really great. He brought up immortal jellyfish and telomere research, which is like that's like the most popular stuff when it comes to life extension. And telomeres are super important, but immortal jellyfish aren't very important to lifespan extension research. I mean, maybe they are, but I mean, really, it's just their reproductive pattern that makes them seem immortal. But
Rebecca, what's the extent of your knowledge on life extension?
Ago on a on a documentary. And I just like, I think I'm almost too skeptical now because I was just like, he's lying to me. David Attenborough is lying. Why is he lying? Why would he make up this crazy story? Like, I had to go Google it. But I have heard about these people doing experiments where they dramatically reduce caloric intake.
I guess David Attenborough did a documentary on this little Attenborough or guess what? I bet it's like age reversal, something like that. Is it this one? No. I don't know. I gotta look up for that later.
And they think that that might have something to do with extending life. Well, it doesn't sound that sweet to me. It sounds horrible. Like, if that's what I have to do, because it's a dramatic reduction. Like, you hardly get to eat anything. I mean, it sounds interesting, and I think obviously, like, as atheists, you know, most of us agree that we only get one go at this. So if you can have a few more years and your body's in good condition, you can enjoy them. I think it's amazing.
Dude, I swear, Rebecca, she's such a genius for saying that because you, dude, I swear, like when I've talked to quite a bit of atheists about increasing lifespan, and I'll usually like I was really surprised. I remember, especially the first like 10 atheists I talked to about increasing lifespan. I was super surprised because they would give similar arguments that theists would give, or just anyone would give. Those same like basic arguments against increasing lifespan, like it'd be boring or whatever, right? Which goes to show that, which suggests that there's this this difficulty to understand the importance of increasing lifespan is can affect anyone, right? Well, but atheists, when I talk to them, they are easier to convince to increase lifespan for the most part. But it was just interesting how you think they'd be more prepared for the conversation. I don't know.
Sweet. Yeah, that's great. That's great that you brought up calorie restriction. It's one of the most popular promising life extension treatments out there. But I mean, there's 2 long-term monkey studies, and there's only a 5% increase in one of the studies, and the other study had like a 2% increase in lifespan. So,
do you remember quite how low they're saying we'd have to get our calorie intake? Because I remember being shocked at how low it was.
It'd be around like 40%, which is a lot.
Oh, yeah, horrible.
And you have to be careful with malnutrition.
Listen, I just started a new workout thing recently, and trying to cut on my diet and stuff. That's hard enough as it is. I don't want to go any lower.
Yeah.
But I guess if I have to.
There's actually a few different promising life extension diets that isn't discussed nearly enough. But yeah, I'm about to start my master's soon and get involved in life extension research because I mean it's just so exciting.
Really?
I literally know of a like my research will help us live to 150, 200 years old, really healthy.
Well, what kind of?
So yeah, I definitely got to pause there. So that was the first mistake I made. It might have been the only mistake I made. But first let me say, or never mind. I'll bring that up later. But I shouldn't have said it was easy. It would be really easy to live to 200 years old. Like it might be easy with my research, but like it like if it how can I word that? Like there is a possibility that my research could help us live to 200 years old, right? But using the term easy right there probably wasn't the most appropriate. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough to say. But what I should have said was, and not from 150 to 200. I should have said like 125 to 200. Right? Because for the reason why I was thinking this at the time, and still sort of think this, is that if if the synergistic effects between, dude, there's like, what is there? Like, there's like it's like 50 different genetic edits that have increased mice lifespan by more than like 20%, right? And so if there was a synergistic effect by just combining these, right? Then, I mean, dude, that would equal 200, like, and it would actually equal a lot more if you did see pure synergistic effects with those percentage increases. And so, but there have been a few different studies that have combined the drugs, the different GR protector drugs, and we didn't see a pure synergistic effect. But I haven't seen any genes combine, genetic edits, lifespan increasing genetic edits combined yet. Dr. George Church, he combined 3 of them, but he only measured for age reversal and age prevention. I think just age prevention. I don't know. I gotta read the study again. I haven't read it in a while. But so he didn't measure lifespan extension, which is too bad. But there's also good reasons for why he did that. And so, maybe the genetic edits will have more synergistic lifespan increasing results than when we combine the drugs. I mean, I think ideally we should figure out how to combine all of them together, really. And I mean, dude, there's like thousands, and just combining them, like, that does sound pretty easy, right? Like, that doesn't sound like that doesn't require some esoteric understanding of the research, of the literature, and whatever, right? You're just combining them. And so, yeah, that's why I said that. Just something about it was kind of like off-putting to me.
What kind of research is giving you that conclusion?
Yeah. So a lot of animal models right now have had their lifespan extended. There's about I personally recently gathered and organized around 700 different studies in mice that extended a lifespan between 10% and 50%. There's drugs and supplements, gene therapies, stem cell therapies, diets, even low dose gamma radiation, and pineal gland transplants or ovary transplants, and some really interesting ones. And there's like thousands more emerging in other model organisms. Well, mice are cool, but what about humans, right? So a lot of these drugs and supplements have been tested on humans to target specific diseases. If you just look up clinicaltrials.gov and type in, EGCG or royal jelly or dasatinib or quercetin, there's a whole list. I can email them to you if you want.
Maybe if someone's nice enough to put something in the chat or something, or if you're on the chat, you want to share some stuff with other people. Yeah,
for sure. And so, you type that in and you'll see that there's a lot of completed studies with results of successful trials being done in humans with these, ranging from like cardiovascular disease, cancers, diabetes. And, that goes to show that, they're really promising life extension treatment even in humans. So what we got to do is combine these, and then that'll help us live to 150, 200, like really easy.
Well, I don't know about really easily. I mean, it seems like, I don't know. It seems like all things considered, most of us can't even make it to 100. Maybe. But I have to admit, I don't know enough about this kind of research to really say what kind of predictions we make. I can say that, any kind of predictions we've ever made about our scientific progress as humans go has been pretty much wrong in terms of time spans, so I don't know if it'll be, if it's in my lifetime, that's cool. But I don't know.
Man, it's happening.
That's cool that you're researching that kind of stuff. I hope, Bobby, when you get that research down, you send your research to the ACA so we can get that stuff first, as long as it's FDA approved and everything. I'd be interested in that.
What do you think about it? What do you think about atheism and the defeat of death? I think it's like really the next step for atheism. What are your thoughts?
That was actually going to be my next question for you, Bobby. But I guess since you asked me, I'll go ahead and say it. I don't, so a lot of people have this idea that, oh, like, well, I wouldn't want to live my whole life anyway, because by the time I get to the end of it, for some people, they don't, they're not in the best condition, and so they can't do the things that they want to do anyway and stuff. Now, if I was a healthy human being and I got to extend my life, if I got the body that I have now and I could get that for like 200 years, I don't think I'd mind that per se.
Dude, I said such a good joke right there. I was like, your body does look pretty good.
But I
guess that's not that funny, but
don't know. Like, people have different thoughts about this, and I've been conflicted myself, because on the one hand, I want to say, yeah, like, why don't I just live the life I live and then just move on, and then just, once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. But, if I could live and if it's in the right conditions, I would want to stick around for a bit longer. I don't know about forever. That's a lot. That's a commitment. But, if it helps me out for a decade or two, like, seems like, it's so fascinating, because as far as humans today, like, we're already living longer than people were 100 years ago, 200 years ago. And those people, a lot of them are living their lives just fine. Certainly not all of them. But like, they don't want to, end things sooner. And again, that's not with every single case, but for the vast majority of them, a lot of them are just getting along fine. So yeah, I don't know, maybe. But that's kind of, if you gave me the option to extend my life, I'd probably want to wait till I was a bit older to figure that out and see how my life's going up to that point, maybe.
We always have the option to choose death, like you can be 10,000 years old and you can still jump in front of a car.
Dude, so that was kind of like another mistake I made. And I think he started talking after I made that point, and I'm pretty sure I would have said it better. I was too nonchalant when I talked about having the option to die. That's like a serious freaking issue, dude. Giving people the option to die or accept the extension of lifespan, right? It's like a serious issue, and like I said that like way too like nonchalant and like sounded almost like jokingly, and so that was too bad. But yeah, let's hear what I said next.
It'll be self-driving. So.
Maybe, but we also have inhibitors that prevent us from making those kinds of choices too. Like we're always trying to help ourselves in most cases. Now some people aren't in the right mental condition and other kinds of things where they, they make decisions that don't benefit them. But regardless, for a lot of people, they want to survive just like anybody else. But Rebecca, what are your thoughts on extending life and kind of living forever?
I guess it depends whether you're having children or not. Because you need to make space for those new people, right? Like, we only have so much space on the Earth. I guess we could expand to other planets and stuff but there is I don't know when we'll reach it, or maybe we have already reached it. I've heard people arguing that, but there is a carrying capacity for this Earth. So if people aren't dying off, but we're still having children, then that's going to be a problem.
That's interesting. That reminds me of a story I read when I was younger about a society of people that could basically live.